Hi, welcome. Here's your HMH lesson for today. Today I will ask you to do two things. First thing is you are going to work on this worksheet, the Contractions Worksheet. This worksheet and the other worksheet are both located in your baggies from last week. They're in the reading packet from last week. They're the last 2 pages. You're going to write the short form of the contraction in the appropriate box. I will post a video about contractions for Brain Pop. If you want to watch it, it will help you. After you do, if you would like to pause the video now to get a chance to do this first and then move on, go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, now that you finish with this worksheet, the next thing about contractions, the next thing you're going to do is, if you turn to the next page, it says text organization, chronological order. We're going to read the story, Callie's Story, An Orphaned Polar Bear Rescue. As we read the story, we're going to be filling out this reading graphic organizer. Okay? What we're going to be focusing on is text organization, putting a story in chronological order. Everyone say chronological order.
Chronological order.
Again, one more time, chronological order.
Chronological order.
Very good. When something is put into chronological order, that means it's being put into the order of which things have happened. Okay? So when you guys fill in this reading graphic organizer, instead of me writing it, I'm going to be typing it in here. Okay? All right. So there's always a beginning, middle, and end. We are going to write in our graphic organizer what happens in the beginning, middle, and end of the story. Okay? We're going to be writing what happens first, next, then, and last. So if you want to go ahead and write the title of the story down, go ahead and do that now. The title is Callie's Story, An Orphaned Polar Bear Rescue. If you'd like to write this title down, go ahead and pause the video now. All right, let's go ahead and start reading the story.
Callie's Story, An Orphaned Polar Bear Rescue by Jennifer Keats Curtis. Photography by John Gomes. Grrr, growled the small, fluffy, white bear as the man pulled him out of the icy den. Please don't bite me, little one, whispered the man. I'm only trying to help. Your mama just died. Without her, you won't last long out here by yourself. I have to get you some help.
Why would a polar bear cub not last long in the wild without its mother? Thank you for raising your hand. Why, Rena? JC? It needs to eat. What else? Yes, Jasmine? It needs to be safe. It needs to be protected from predators, right? A baby, any kind of baby, even an animal, a human, whatever baby, they're vulnerable, right? I'm trying to put vulnerable in an easier word. They cannot protect themselves. They cannot feed themselves. They need someone else to help them, right? So would this polar bear be able to survive by itself? No.
With that, the man revved up his snowmobile and raced the baby polar bear to his village for help. The villagers tried to feed the polar bear cub some milk, but like human newborns, the baby bear drank from his mother, not a bowl or a cup. They named the cub Cully, after their village.
Super cute. So, hold on. What's the very first thing that happened? So, Cully was rescued, right? So, where it says first, we're going to write that down. Callie's mom died, and he was rescued. All right, let's keep reading. It's okay. You can write that on your own.
As the 3-month-old bear rested in the police hall, villagers rushed to find a dog crate big enough to hold the fuzzy cub. The villagers put Cully on a plane and sent him to a wildlife vet and her team in North Slope Borough. The vet checked Cully and said he was healthy enough for another plane ride to the Alaska Zoo. It was just before midnight when Cully arrived at the zoo. Some polar bears huff or squeak when they are upset. Not Cully. He was hungry. He eagerly drank from a bottle filled with fatty puppy formula and whipping cream. Since the Alaska Zoo already had 2 adult polar bears, this would just be a foster home until a permanent home could be found for him.
Very cool. So they fed him and they took care of him and they sent him to a zoo. Let's add that where it says the beginning. First. Cully, no, still first. Let's add that. Cully was sent to a zoo. All right, let's read to find out if they're taking care of him.
For the next 3 months, the playful young cub romped in his snowy habitat with the keepers. In time, Cully began to eat solid food, like salmon and polar bear nuggets, and to drink water from a metal bowl. Cully also learned to swim, a very important skill for polar bears.
So then what happened? He learned
how to swim.
not just how to swim, he learned how to drink water by himself. He learned how to swim. So he's learning life skills now, right?
Yeah.
He's learning how to survive on his own, right? So he is learning how under next, he's learning how to survive on his own. Yeah, it's really important not to just keep feeding, but to teach them how to care for themselves. Because they're not always going to be there for him. All right, let's keep seeing.
Cully practiced his hunting skills by playing with balls, toy dinosaurs.
Aww. Look at this bottom picture. Aw, look at this.
And even a teddy bear.
Aw, look at him in the teddy bear. That's adorable. He is.
He climbed in and out of things.
Oh, look. He's getting bigger in each picture, isn't he?
And then he took lots of naps. Before long, it was time for Cully to go to another zoo. Although adult polar bears usually live alone, young bears need friends. Luckily for Cully, U.S. Fish and Wildlife officials found him a new home. At the Buffalo Zoo in New York, a girl cub named Luna was also in need of a friend.
So now they sent him where? To another zoo to have a new friend named Luna, right? So they sent him to the Buffalo Zoo in New York. So where it says then, they sent him to the Buffalo Zoo in New York to be with his new friend Luna. New friend Luna. If you have a question, what happens to your hand? It goes up. Do we shout?
No.
No. Okay, if you need some time to write this down, pause the video now.
Go.
To help prepare Cully for his journey, the Buffalo Zoo sent him one of Luna's blankets. The zookeepers hoped that Cully would get used to Luna's scent so he would recognize her when they met. Soon it was time for Cully to take another plane ride. The Alaska Zoo bid farewell to Cully and wished him well in his new life with Luna.
Aww. What did the zookeepers do to prepare Cully for his trip? Send him Luna's blanket. Why do you think that's important? Oh, raise your hand. Why do you think that's important, Amariah? Well, they don't even know each other. Not yet. But why did they do that, Destin? No, not so she can be warm. Why do you think, JC? No, why? How could they defend themselves? That doesn't make sense. The question is, why did they think it was important to give Kali Luna's blanket before they met? Why do you think that was important, Jasmine? Okay, how? Renaya. Very good. Hey, so he can kind of know her when he gets there. So they don't fight, right? So if they first get there and they put him in a cage with her, just all of a sudden they might fight and not like each other. But if he starts to get used to her scent before he gets there, then when he gets there, he'll be familiar with who this is. All right, let's keep reading.
During his first days at the Buffalo Zoo, Cully and Luna stayed in separate dens. They could hear and smell, but not see or touch each other. Although they were shy when they first met, they are now best of friends. They cuddle, play, and swim together. Even though he is younger, Cully is now bigger than Luna. Can you tell which polar bear is which?
Yeah.
With zookeepers and vets caring for them, Cully and Luna will live happy and healthy lives. Cully. Luna.
There's Cully, there's Luna. Oh, that's it. That's awesome. Oh, let's look at this picture at the bottom. There he is. Aw. So, what happens last? Raise your hand, please. Raise your hand. Christian, what happens last? Luna. Okay, Cully and Luna become good friends and live happily with each other. All right, so that is it for reading today. You're going to make sure you have this written down in your reading graphic organizer and turn this into me. If you need some time to write this down, pause the video now. Okay, now that you've had enough time to write this down, make sure you send me a picture of your work. And again, that's all you're doing for reading today. I will see you later. Bye.